Hi there! Welcome to Cooking with Kids. Today we're making homemade breadsticks. Now, I thought that this was going to take a long time, but it was actually way quicker than I thought. For this recipe, we're going to need warm water, 2 teaspoons of active yeast, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, and then another 2.5 cups of white flour. As always, our first step is to wash our hands with soap and water. Once we've done that, we have clean hands. We need to have a large bowl, and we will add our active yeast and our warm water. I boiled some water and then let it cool down for about half an hour before I used it in this. You don't want to use boiling water. You can also just use warm water from the tap. Use a spoon to mix together the warm water and the yeast, and then you have to let it sit for a full 2 minutes to let the yeast start to bloom, because yeast is alive. It's actually a kind of bacteria, and it's a good bacteria that we can use in our foods, just like how there's bacteria in yogurt. And when we cook with it, it comes to life and it makes the bread all nice and puffy. Except for the 2 kinds of flour, you can add all the other ingredients to your bowl now. So that's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of honey, our rosemary for flavor. You can add as much or as little of that as you like, and our 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Do you notice anything about the oil and the water in your bowl? They don't really mix together, do they? Just mix it as well as you can. And now we can add our 1 cup of whole wheat flour. Combine it really, really well with your spoon until it makes a smooth batter. Now we're going to start adding the white flour to our bowl, just half a cup at a time. Every time you add half a cup, combine your mixture more with your wooden spoon. Before you've used up all your flour, your mixture should be more of a ball of dough. Once you can use your hands to work the dough together, put the remainder of the flour on the table and start kneading your dough into the flour. You keep working the dough over and over and over, little bit at a time, until it absorbs all of that flour. At first, it's going to seem like there's way too much, but then you just keep going and just keep going, and it really does eat it all up. You're going to keep doing that for at least 10 minutes, and it is hard work on your arms. I got really good arm muscles just from kneading bread. If you ever feel like your dough is too sticky or too wet and you've run out of flour, add a little bit more if you have some at home. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees and line a baking sheet with parchment paper or aluminum foil. And then we are going to try to make 24 equal pieces of breadsticks. So we're going to take our bread and we're going to keep breaking it in half until we can make a picture like this one. I'm going to make 4 rows of 6 bread balls. So I broke my first one in half, then I broke those 2 halves in half again, making 4 quarters. And then I broke each of those 4 quarters in half again, making 8 eighths. Now I have 4 rows of 6 balls. 4 times 6 equals 24. Now I'm going to take each of those balls and roll it in my hands, making a stick. Then I'm going to place that on the baking sheet. Do that with all of your balls until you have 24 sticks. Or if you want to get creative, you can make letters or numbers or pictures with them. Let's see what you can come up with. I made one of my breadsticks a little wavy. I made the letter V with one of them. I made an H, and then I've also made an X. That was fun to have a few letters in there. And my kids' names start with H and V, so they wanted to have their names represented. And then I'm going to bake my breadsticks at 425 for 15 to 18 minutes until they're a light brown. I really enjoyed these breadsticks. I also like to dip them in oil and garlic and balsamic vinegar. Here's the directions for next time. I hope you like this one. See you again soon. Bye now.